How's
down
everybody?
this afternoon. They're too.
Everybody's looking fancy.
Oh.
Party, flying out.
For those who may not have seen it, here's a hard copy of the, Mike Maples is in Great Falls
Yes.
for a utility conference this week.
Utility conference, that sounds so much fun.
It's water.
Water.
We're very fortunate we have somebody who does see that well, so.
Well, I marvel at people who want to do some things, but I can't do it.
Not that interested there.
I marvel.
Madam Chair, whenever you're ready.
Okay, are we ready? Okay. I will call the Public Works Standing Committee meeting to order for Monday, March 23rd, 2026. Can I get a motion to approve the March 9th, 2026 meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay. Any discussion? Any changes on anything? We good? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. And just a reminder to go ahead and, once those are approved, email them over to Lonnie so she can put them on the thing.
You knew I would forget.
You know, I keep forgetting to remind people of that, so.
I need that,
Okay.
yeah. Different
So,
patterns.
the Public Works update, as, the mayor stated, Mike is at a conference or training, right now, but he did email over the Public Works update. Mayor, is there anything you wanted to touch on, or just?
Probably just heads up on water, the time frame that's in there for going out to process. This is our phase 4. This is getting rid of lead lines and asbestos and things that you don't want in your water. And there's just kind of a heads up on what's coming in, shooting toward basically at the end of April that we'll be going in and approving it from a council standpoint.
Okay.
There's going to be there's an advertisement going in the paper. It is going to be publicly advertised. So they have a public hearing. That is going to be, I want to say, at 5:30 on. I don't see that date on here. And maybe I'm confusing issues. No, I am confusing issues. The 5:30 public hearing that's coming up is for the Rocky Fork bank reconstruction. And he does not have that on here.
Okay.
But that is something that will be coming up and is also advertised in the paper. The only other thing I'd add under pool, when he says the 6 lifeguards certified, it's actually 6 adult lifeguards that have completed that training and certification right now, so.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that'll be happening soon. And then it looks like also, as a point of highlight, solid waste contract that, looking at the final contract details last Friday, they received the final revisions from Republic and hope to have the contract ready for council review very soon. So.
And what happened is they were gonna have that last Tuesday, and then, on Friday I reached out and said, you realize that you don't get to raise rates because we don't get to raise rates unless council approves that, and basically this contract has to be in place, and all of that was there. And we also emphasized the 167 cans that were not in compliance. Mike got it last thing Friday, and so it's coming, but hopefully we're close. Hopefully by next time we'll have that, and that is a possibility that will show up above the fold next time if it looks good.
Okay.
Just so we can get it done. I mean, we can get a copy out to everybody as it's there. And we always have the option of pushing it if there's things in it that council doesn't like.
Okay. And it also on here, great news, we already have 3 applicants for the 50/50 sidewalk incentive program.
Yay!
So that's wonderful news. So hopefully we'll use up all that money so that we will, yes?
Do you have any, how do you determine the amounts for the sub?
It's set in, it's first come, first served, but by the ordinance that we passed for it, or the resolution we passed.
You get an appraisal and you get half of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
up to a certain amount, up to 25,000.
Up to 20,000 projects.
20,000, was it 20,000?
No, it's not. I was saying 5,000 is what
10.
we'll pay to a 10,000.
Up to 10, we'll pay up to 10,000.
Okay, so it's 10,000
That's
for
what
a
it was.
20,000 project.
Yeah,
You'll pay up to 10,000.
We'll pay half, not to exceed 10.
but we're only paying 50% of the project.
Right, but.
So if it's a $20,000 project, we'll pay 10. The $25,000 project, we'll pay 10.
Yeah.
So-
So there could be a maximum of 5 allowed theoretically.
Or, well, and it just depends. I mean,
If
if
5 of them max it out, yeah.
Okay.
But if there's like, you know, just a small sidewalk in a house and it's a $5,000 project, we'd pay $2,500, so.
That's great news. Did you need an application? I have some in my truck.
We're waiting to see what the street program is.
Oh, okay.
We're working through EDA.
Oh, gotcha.
So that meeting, by the way, is currently slated for April 6th,
Yeah.
which is the pre-construction meeting.
Yes.
Is it on here?
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
under street,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. April.
Yep, and
Okay.
K2 Civil was awarded that bid last fall, so. And they'll be holding that pre-construction meeting, it says, with K2 Civil the week of April 6th.
And if
Yes,
it has not
okay.
already happened today, you may see some cold fill on a couple of potholes to hold us over even between now and then.
Streets.
Yeah, there's a couple of issues over by you.
Makers.
I said he may have done it today for all I know,
Walking.
but
Yes, and it also looks like they were able to purchase their mid-size, Case 321F loader, and it came in about, $19,000 under budget, and that included with the attachments, so that's great. Not that we needed it this year to haul snow, but
it'll
maybe,
haul a lot more than- it'll haul a lot more than snow too.
I know, it will, yes, but the main thing was to, like, help remove snow. But, yes, you're right. We just normally only have 3 months of summer and 9 months of winter, so, but not this year, so, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just so excited about the FEMA Bank Stabilization Project being, or awarded Project of the Year by American Public Works Association. I think that's pretty huge,
Yeah.
right, for Red Lodge, Montana.
For the Rocky Mountain chapter, yeah.
That is
So,
awesome. Award
It'll be, presented at the Rocky Mountain Chapter Conference in Jackson, Wyoming on April 16th. Great job, guys.
Put us on the map a little bit.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I
I know.
know SWP was very happy about it when we did ours. They were like, that's how you do them, so.
Oh, great.
And I will add on
I love
that we have
That's great.
all of the same players involved, for the Rocky Mountain, or for the Rocky Fork, because we figured that will help it get better approvals from Army Corps of Engineers and everything else, if it's all the same people doing the engineering and stuff, so. That was
Okay.
part of how we went with that decision.
Great.
Okay. Any other things on Mike's Public Works update?
About the lifeguards again, so we have 6 adults. How many do we need to run the pool on any given
I
year?
want to say,
Or no?
well, part of it depends on the age and the distribution and what their schedule is. So I want to say last year we had 29.
Oh, wow.
So there's a final piece that we are still working on as far as structuring about having the lifeguards, reporting up through, Mike has expressed, an okay with being over the pool and the facilities, but doesn't want to be over the lifeguards and have that be in his reporting chain, so we're splitting those up. But we're working with MMIA and legal on how to do that appropriately.
Okay. I didn't know how close we were. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we will move on. For Parks Board and/or Sustainability Board
Well, I am no
update.
longer on sustainability,
That's
so I
true.
don't have a report. And then I gave the Parks
Oh.
report 2 weeks ago, so I have absolutely nothing to say, but I do have something I've been thinking about, since I have like maybe 5 minutes. I spent a lot of time this weekend down talking to grandparents and parents by the skateboard park, and I want to not give up on making that block something different. And, I don't think we can close it down. The four-way stop is still a possibility. But while we were talking, it was just remarkable how it really is wall-to-wall kids and fun.
Yeah.
And I was thinking this weekend that somehow make that place more colorful, somehow with, not in ours, because the big trucks are still gonna be able to go through if they need to, but some sort of structures that have bright colors that say Kids Zone or something, or even like a permit that they don't even use it, but it just says fun, slow down, like a hopscotch, thing, that's imprinted on the asphalt. But I'm just thinking about this, but it just really strikes you when you're down there that it's just, it's a what is it, it's, unique, that there's nothing there but kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
And why not try to somehow, so I don't know, I don't have anything more than that, rather than to start talking to people at the
Boys and Girls.
kids club and this club and that club and see what they think. And, but I don't think we can close the street down. Hopefully we can get a four-way stop there, but still, I think if you change the look of it, people will respect it more. You know, they'll
Right.
zoom through when it looks cute and different. And, maybe they'll stop using that as a, highway to the post office, but,
Highway.
Doubt it.
like I said,
But I understand, yes.
but I just think if we can sort of cute it up, colorful it up, clean it up, make it look kiddie, like, this is different, maybe you wanna slow down here. I
Yeah.
don't know. So that,
But I know that,
this is in its infancy.
yeah,
It's just-
no, I think, yeah, come up with some great ideas.
I'm just
and-
gonna research other towns and see what they've done.
I like a bright orange sign that says Kid Zone is gonna get attention anyway.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start just researching other cities and towns, and if you have ideas, and when you go to California, there are probably towns that have neat things going on, but take pictures.
Yes.
But, I was just down there with, talking to grandparents who are babysitting their skateboarding kids. I went, this is really cool down here.
Yeah,
So, that's
it is.
it. That's my 5-minute report on parks.
Okay.
I think, yeah, the Boys and Girls Club will probably be able, those groups will be able to contribute. I think they already have some ideas for
Good.
colorful
Well,
endeavors there.
we can figure something out and start meeting maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy to
Spring
too.
break week, there'll be a lot of kids using that, especially
Right.
with the weather being so nice.
And when is spring break?
Right now.
Right now.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's why the cherubs didn't walk by this afternoon.
The
Okay.
sheriff, yes.
I have a nickel.
Oh, Mayor Dave, were you at sustainability?
I was not.
Out of all
Okay.
the meetings.
Well, then I won't.
No, but I know, Angie's their new member, and then,
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy's their new
Council
council
rep.
person, but I didn't go, so.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we have our new ordinance governing residential trash cans, and I actually did some homework. I went and talked to Danae, and she's been doing homework. And what we have, she went to Whitefish, the city of Whitefish, and they have,
She
their,
drove to Whitefish?
no, their website.
Oh.
Like, that far. I'm
Yes.
John, that's
We
right.
went to their website, and
And
we,
trying to figure out where to get to a conference.
I know.
Better than the,
And I forwarded, their ordinance to you two, to review. We borrow a lot from Whitefish because they are, you know, they're also a resort community and, resort tax community, so, and a resort community that relies heavily on tourism. So they've been really, helpful in letting us borrow a lot of their ideas. But she wants
Steel
their,
cars too, just so you know.
yeah, so we went there, she went there specifically because they also require bear-resistant containers. Republic does provide, their, garbage services, and like she says, they're a resort community and we collect resort tax. So the main thing is that when Danae and I were talking, rather than, kind of reinvent everything that we have right now, we thought what we would do is every residential unit has to have a garbage can, which is similar to what we're doing now. But we would have the ability for someone to opt out if it's not being used as a residential unit. You know, there's no rental no long-term, no short-term rental, no, you know, you're not, you don't have your kids living out there, something like that. So, you know, we didn't think that there would be that many of them that would actually qualify to opt out.
What would be an example of?
You have a unit in your backyard that you use for an office.
Okay.
You're not living in it, but it does have a bathroom, or it's a workshop, but you're not living in it. It, you know, but it has a bathroom. You know, your garage has a bathroom, but you're not living in it. That type of thing. Because it would be those cases right now where they have a separate water and sewer hookup, so they have a separate utility bill, and they're being charged garbage.
Okay, this is the ADU conversation.
Right, exactly.
I talked about.
So this,
Right now, the number of utility bills equals the number of trash cans.
Okay.
yes. And, yeah, and she did give me that information as well. Right now, they have 1,645, garbage units that they bill out for, and they have, 1,577 accounts that are billed.
Oh.
So, some of those, you know, it depends. There might be a duplex on it or something like that. Yeah.
Our neighbors,
Uh-huh.
one neighbor has 2 cans in their back.
Mhm.
Can you apply for a second one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
How widespread is that? Is that kind of what you're getting to there?
Yeah, well, some people have 2 cans, but they only want 1.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because they're given 2 cans
Paper.
because they have 2 hookups. But,
The current, secondary can is you get that from Republic, but they bill you at the rate we've negotiated, which I want to say is only $5 for the second can. It's a killer rate. I'll see if that's still what the latest is. But
Yeah, I
that's
don't-
basically if you need a second can.
yeah, so anyway, so we were just trying to come up with ways that the city could easily handle this. We thought that we'd write up, they'd have to sign and swear to an affidavit saying that there's no rental use of the property, no residential, people aren't living in the other, unit. And then we were, overfilling of trash cans, or they start renting, it's done. They get their second can back. So, or their third, or whatever. And then we were also, let me just look at my notes, I apologize, it was just today. And it would only apply if there's multiple units on one property lot that's owned by the same owner.
Oh.
So if you have a duplex and one person owns half and the other person owns the other half, they each need a can, so.
And an LLC or whatever.
Yeah,
If it's
right, it
like
doesn't
husband and
matter,
wife,
yeah,
family
it doesn't,
members,
yeah, it doesn't matter, so it's, because there's several places where, like the planned unit developments up at the golf course, it's one lot, but there's like multiple people that own the homes on there, so they can't just say, we only want one garbage can for the 12 houses
whole
up here.
lot, okay.
That doesn't work, no. So, and plus they would be considered residential units. And the only thing, the concerns were enforcement, keeping track of the signed affidavits, making sure that they can scan and attach those to the customer's profiles. And then, the opt-outs. And then we were also talking about, would you want to also open up the recycling ordinance and take a look at that? Because there's some things in there where the staff has had some weird things, I guess, where they're only being charged for one recycling, but there could be multiple, because they only have one utility bill, but there's like multiple families, or do you just want one recycling bill per lot? If we want to
Per
open that
water
up.
bill.
Doesn't the recycling, I would say, matches whatever your trash can set is.
Yeah, it didn't, I don't know, when I was talking to Danae, I wasn't quite clear on that, but there were, and I think that we just need to clarify that. I don't think it's very clear in that recycling ordinance on how that's applied. Because people can come in, if they don't get the bill, they can come in and buy the membership, is what it is. Because there's some places where they're residential houses, but, like the cabins on Cooper, but they don't get charged garbage. They get their garbage from Republic.
Because
So-
they're 4 or more, so they have an option.
Right. So how do we, do we just, it's not written in our ordinance. It's not clear in our ordinance. So she was just kind of hoping that maybe we could, clean that up a little bit too, at the same time.
Sounds important.
Yes.
One issue would be when the landlord pays the utility,
Yes.
how does the resident get access to recycling?
Right. And I don't know if that was actually addressed in there. We had kind of thought if they brought in their utility bill showing,
But they don't even see their utility bill.
including like their power or their cable or their spectrum or,
Well, my in-laws own the house that I live in, and I pay the utility bill automatically out of my account, but I just haven't looked at it to see if the recycling,
We
Is on
pay
there.
the utility bill, and it's docked from their
Rent, Yeah.
paycheck.
okay,
the automatic,
So it comes to our corporation,
okay.
and so they never see the utility bill.
Do you
We just see the
remember if you
deduction?
see a recycling on those, or you do
Yes,
not?
there are.
Okay, so you are seeing the recycling there. So-
okay. So I guess, I mean, that's how we need
So
to,
the question that our tenants have is, how do I get to use recycling? Because I don't have a utility bill to show.
Yeah,
do they have, do you pay all the power and everything too?
Yes.
And like the Spectrum, their cable or their,
That is
or
their
anything?
responsibility, but
Yeah, is there anything that would have their address on it? Because I kind of thought that that's what they were doing.
But think about if a like property to his,
Right,
but rather than having trash, they had a bin because it was 4 or more, so they currently have,
Right.
which you also need to address in this.
right,
So now they are not gonna be paying,
right,
they're not gonna be paying recycling. So you can't just say, look, I pay cable in Red Lodge and therefore I get to use recycling.
true,
And they're not paying for it yet.
But when you go to recycling center, you don't have to show proof of residency.
yeah.
They
I
can't
know.
handle that with only, you know, the
With just
one
Kyle.
main employee that they have.
it's just Kyle there.
so at this point, it may be a non-issue.
I think it is.
They're just asking, how do we do it? 'Cause
Yeah, well, I thought that, I mean, and you work there, but I mean, I thought that people just, showed the
Showed the
proof of
proof of-
residency in town and then they could do
I
that.
asked them, what's your address?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
I believed them.
yeah, so it wasn't a big
And
enforcement
you
type
knew, I
thing.
mean, a lot of
Plus,
them.
I knew,
Yeah.
yeah, I knew.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And it did change there for a while, 'cause we were paying like, what, $5 or $10 every time you went to recycling, right? The
That was before,
process-
that was before the city
mhm.
took it over.
Yeah, so it changed, but,
Yeah, well, that's a long time ago, I think. I can't
Yeah.
remember. No, I just knew people, and then I'd say, where do you live?
yeah,
And
no,
they
think I've ever
rattled
been.
off an address, and I thought, well, that's quick, so they must be telling the truth. But, you know, I didn't want to send anybody home. I wanted to, you know.
Right,
Recycle,
yeah.
yes, good point,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
But
I don't know, I guess I'm open to suggestions on, we can look at both of these at the same time. And then Whitefish also had a resolution adopting the fees for it, and this would also, include then if someone wanted a second can, how much it would cost them.
Yeah, that'll be in our contract too, so.
Yeah, so that would all kind of play in.
And
That-
I think, my understanding, and Danae would be a better answer, but my understanding is we don't bill that extra for the extra can. The Republic bills them separately for that can, but they bill them at the rate we've negotiated for them.
Okay,
So they benefit from it.
okay. So we would just put that in there to contact Public Services
I
for
think that's,
a
I
second
checked
can.
with Danae, but I believe that, but it wouldn't hurt
Okay.
to put it in with it, that's what.
Okay. Okay,
But I think that's how that works.
okay.
That'd be weird to get two different bills, though, one from the city, one from the public.
Yeah.
For $5, yeah. Yeah, that would be really weird just to get a $5.
Well, and again, I'm
Yeah,
going from my
Republic.
side, and this kind of goes to an earlier conversation from the last meeting. My big concern is making sure that, because the extension of this is, well, I'm only there during the summer, so I want to not pay during the winter. And
Oh,
we
yeah,
don't-
no, that's not a thing.
Because
You're
we
wrong.
use
Not
that
really.
number,
Yeah.
we use that number to calculate our rate.
Oh, yeah.
No,
And they factor that in a little bit, they kind of know what the underage is, and they factor that in. But again, going back to staff time, I don't want staff having to go in and edit an account multiple times
no, and
during the year.
I'll tell you, no, every residential unit has to have at least one can.
Unless it's a fourplex.
Well, no, let me finish. Unless, the only time you can opt out is if it's a fourplex, but you still have to, it would still be in here that you have to have garbage from Republic Services, you know, but they have the ability to contract with, individually with them.
Okay.
But, or you can opt out if it's not being used as a residential unit. But you still have to have one can per lot, period.
I guess my comment is, as a residential unit, put a time frame on that, like within previous 12 months or 6 months, because otherwise, it's not being used, sign it, 3 months later.
No,
That's
no,
what the
no.
concern has been.
Yeah, no,
In the past.
yeah, it will not be that. It will be, like, if you have a second unit on your property, every lot has to have at least one garbage can. Every residential lot that has,
With the residents,
with the residents, has to have at least one garbage can, period.
with the utility, yes, with the utility.
Yeah, no, we're not taking away the, like, I'm only here 2 months out of the year thing, no. Everybody has to have a garbage can, because that's how our contract is based. No, when Danae and I were talking, she liked this approach because she felt, you know, it's really hard to tell someone, you know, like, they've got 2 cans, and they're like, I only have, you know, one house, and I have a garage that I'm using, you know, or a shop or a whatever, but I have a second utility bill. And we both felt that there probably was very few that would actually qualify for this. Even if, right now, there's 68 more, garbage units than there are accounts billed right now. It's just 68. And I really doubt, you know, it's not like, I really doubt that you're gonna get probably more than 5 to 10 tops that would qualify to opt out.
I trust Danae's input on this very, very heavily,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, so, you really, and, so. But, do you review that ordinance that I emailed out, and we will start editing it, and if you have any other suggestions or ideas on how to do this, we didn't want to, mainly we need to codify how we're handling our residential garbage, and have a resolution with our fees in it after we get the signed contract. I think it's gonna go up probably Danae is thinking it's about, what, 4% increase a year? So, which is, up to, not actual.
I think it's actual up to a 4%,
Yeah, but it's capped, so,
Basically what we're able to negotiate.
yeah, so.
And did you say you had sent that out, or you're gonna send it out?
I can forward it to you too.
And that way I can get it to Denison as well. Thank you.
Yep, and it's not, hang on, let me find you. Sorry, I do not have my mouse, so when I type in meritcityofredlush.com, it says Bill Larson, so I apologize. I'm really not sending it to Bill. He hasn't been mayor for a while.
You should apologize to Bill.
I know, I'm sorry, Bill, in case you were listening. So, yes, so I guess that's our homework, is to start going through that, and we will start, she's also gonna get us, I think this is the Word document, so we can make edits to that, yeah. And,
Is the recycling in it now?
no,
That's
the
in
recycling is its
hold
own,
Okay.
thing, and I don't know,
That would be an amendment to the other, but you could maybe duplicate some of the language to that.
yep. Okay. Anything else on this, guys? Anyone? Any other suggestions? Okay. All right, and then we had public services contract, but I think we've already, Mike had it in his,
I was
report?
hoping we were gonna have it to share, and as soon as I get it, I'll get it out to you, but
Okay.
we don't have it yet.
Okay. All right. Any other priorities, projects, or anything else that we need to tackle right away?
Can't think of anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna just be working on my thing. It'd be interesting, so.
All right. Public comments? Anyone? Yes?
I've heard comments that Brian's no longer reviewing planning. Is that correct?
When he comes back, he is not gonna be the front desk planner anymore, that is a true
Okay, so
statement.
who do I take my plans to concerning getting water line to property, since water lines are being worked on in the vicinity?
We should have Jeremy's card here, if not today, it should be in here within the next
So we
day or
have to
two.
Jeremy,
do contact.
And that you can still reach out with Brian on,
Okay.
so, yeah.
I just want to have that on the radar, that when the street is open, it'd be nice to run a trench down to the property so that it is there when we're ready to build.
Yeah.
And don't be, if you've been working with Brian, don't be afraid to reach out to
Well, I
Ryan.
haven't.
We're just
I'm
not,
getting ready
yeah.
to, and it's like, oh.
And he's gone for this week anyway,
Yeah,
so,
well,
we're good.
I'll contact you again.
Yeah, when you're ready, you're still gonna just send it to planning. What's gonna happen is who's answering that planning email is
Well,
gonna
I
change.
just got some plans that I wanna bring in and say, this is what we're looking at. Is there any way to get water to this lot? Otherwise, I throw the plans away and has shipping containers on it for the next 100 years.
Okay.
So, I just wanna, did we not put that in the plan, the capital improvement plan to get water down Hauser?
I don't know.
To every block, no, we can, I said that part of that conversation needs to happen with Mike Maples too.
Yeah, no, but I thought we added that to the capital improvement plan, was to get water from, down Hauser.
Oh.
There's 2 blocks on Hauser that do not have water.
And it
And
might
that-
be, it might be in the CIP, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's in the budget.
Yeah.
So, actually, there's 2 lots that are looking at development that are on Oaks.
That's what, yeah, Hauser Oaks, I'm sorry, I get those, they
Which
kind of go.
switches down.
Yeah, exactly, I know.
And then-
It's all right there.
and then
It's all right there between,
Millard.
between 11th and 8th Street. So that's where there's no water on that main street.
Well, there's not.
No.
Well, it's like 2 blocks away, so
It's very
the problem
expensive to
is
bring
you
it
have to get
in.
it to you.
So,
The hookup's a long hookup.
Yeah.
it will, yeah, there's, and we
The
had,
opportunity is they're gonna have the streets open. So there's an opportunity to
Right.
fix that
Mhm.
while there's equipment and the streets are open.
Kind of cost
To
you.
run a line down to those properties.
And I'm not gonna lie, if we can collect more taxes, then it makes sense to do so, to figure out how to make it
yeah,
happen.
I mean, we have 2 big vacant lots right now that we're not really getting tax money on because there's nothing built on them.
Right.
So I would just,
Well, that's gonna happen.
well, they
If we
both,
can
they
get
both
water.
want water.
Oh, good point.
They both want water.
Sewer runs down the alley, so that's not a problem, there's no water.
Can we clarify that for the recording when we say the sewer runs down the alley?
Underground.
The sewer runs through it.
Yes. Exactly. Yes, okay,
That's funny.
all right.
Oh.
Any other public comments in the room? Any public, is there anyone online?
Let me get back to that. I don't think there was, but let me make sure nobody joined. There are no public on.
Okay. Well, we will, do you have anything else?
No,
Anyone?
I have a question after, I just wanna know why we can't see names anymore, because that's very helpful.
You can see the names. They're on the right there. There's just nobody there.
There's nobody online.
Oh,
You can see it last meeting,
In the white portion or in the?
In
Yeah.
the white portion is the names.
Yes.
underneath all the city stuff.
Yeah.
oh.
Nobody-
The second
we're boring.
part of that
Nobody
question,
cares.
the reason that the camera is pinned to our camera is because there are people in the world with too much time on their hands, and they go around and join into public meetings. And what they do is they start sharing their picture and their camera is not a camera, it's how many Rs or Xs can they fit in that, and then it expands out. So that's why and that's why that's why this is pinned, so that's why you don't see their faces, but you do see all the names.
Gotcha, okay.
The last meeting was a big list. And then the only other time that will go away is if it's something we're showing the screen and we go full screen,
Right,
Yeah,
then we monitor it on a second screen to make sure that nobody's there.
okay.
right.
Patty?
Oh, can I get an update on Brian Hanna? What's happening with Brian Hanna?
Oh, Brian Hanna is on vacation, and we are shifting the the planning Brian has been answering that, and he's been helping us on the land use, and Brian basically helped me try on the city administrator
Oh.
job role for the last year. I've been refining it around him. But it was a time-limited agreement, and when he gets back from vacation, we're shifting him back, and we're going into building season, and so he's gonna be going back to being building inspector, and he's still there, and he'll still use them, but I'm installing other gates in front rather than everything going to him.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Lee.
Unless he decides to apply, and he won't.
Anything else from you before I adjourn?
Not from Public Works, I think we're
Okay, all right. Meeting adjourned.
All right,
Thank you.
everyone.